Welcome to the Bearcat Beat on LSPN, where each week we share conversations about everything that makes Sherman ISD athletics so great. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Sherman Bearcat Athletics represent the heart and soul of our community, where champions are made both on the field and in the classroom. Our student athletes embody the Bearcat spirit through dedication, perseverance, and excellence, creating memories and building character that will last a lifetime. Remember, it's better to be a Bearcat. This is just one of the many amazing things that the Booster Club accomplishes throughout the year for all sports. If you're interested in joining the Sherman Athletic Booster Club, or if you want to purchase some merchandise to show your Sherman Bearcat love, you can visit the website at shermanisd.net under the Athletics tab. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Bearcat Beat. I'm Chris Daly, and I am joined today by Coach Carlos Perales, who handles boys soccer. How you doing, Coach?
I am doing wonderful. How are you today? Happy New Year.
Oh, you too. You too. So this is awesome. We get to talk to you right at the beginning of the season. I mean, 1-1 officially, but the fact that you got one win already after last season, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling to have. I mean, we had a really good showing on Saturday. Unfortunately, we gave up a last-minute goal, which we should have. We wanted to come out with results, but sometimes that's the way soccer is. It'll hurt you when you least expect it.
That's true. That's true. Let's talk about the team first. Coming back from last year, what do you have coming back?
Well, we, of course, graduated a good core of senior players last year, which defensively we're replacing two center backs that were really good. But overall, we have a really good core coming back, and that's our starting from the back. Our defenses, this year's led by, Will Shelby. We have Chase coming back. We also have Truman Smucker moving up from the JV, which he's going to be a lot of help. And then we have David Suarez, which David Suarez will play both an offensive and defensive role. And then our backups that we have realistically could be starters. So defensively, we're sitting pretty well. We brought all the midfield back, which is we have Christoph Reese coming back. We have Ferris Perfect coming back. Juan Soriana coming back as well. And then we brought up a JV player, Xavier Lada, who is going to be a ton of help right there. And then we have in the front, that's our spot that we have a little bit of we have a spot to fill. But I think we found the player for that. We have Rudy Gracia, who's coming back from last year. And so the returners, as far as we're concerned, we have a very good core of players that are returning to us this year. And they're all pretty young. We don't have a big senior class.
And as far as the positions that the boys play, how much of that will change during the year without injuries? I understand injuries are going to cause chaos, but barring injuries, how much do you learn during the year about, hey, this guy would be better in the front or in the back or vice versa?
Well, that's always also a necessity, like you're saying, of course, if we don't have injuries, we are pretty set with the positions that we have coming back. But the boys also know that if, for example, we have some injuries, these players have to be able to adapt and be able to play different roles in our team. And that's what we've kind of worked with these boys. They're not limited to one position. They can play several positions. And we have a lot of players who can do that. And that's very beneficial for us.
Nice. And not being, a huge follower of soccer, this may be a dumb question, but but I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking. So what about during the season? Does your lineup change much based on who you're playing against?
It does. It does, because, sometimes we have to match up players to other players. And so we may feel that one of our players will bring something to the table that's going to be beneficial for that game. And so, yeah, absolutely, that's a big key. Now, our main positions, we build our teams from the back
Hmm.
to the front, and meaning we got to be solid defensively,
Yeah.
but also at the same time, our players that we have um, need to understand that we're also a very offensive minded team as well. So yes.
Got it. And understanding, the whole adage defense wins championships. So it sounds like a great plan. But talking offensively, is there anybody that fans of Sherman soccer are going to be surprised by offensively, going, "Wow, he's putting on more offensive showing than we thought."
I think so. I think we have 3 players this year that have that possibility, maybe 4,
Mhm.
which in years past we didn't have that. I think we have a new move in from Allen, George Salazar, which is going to be um, interesting to see him develop into our team and with chemistry as well.
Mhm.
I think I have a freshman that so far has been doing really well offensively. So I'm hoping that that's another player that we have. And then, we have 2 other players, David Suarez being one of them. He's going to bring something different to the table as well. So I think I'm hoping that we have those 4 players. The more, the merrier,
Mhm.
obviously, because, we need to score to win and stuff. So, yeah, I think we have about 4 players right now that could potentially surprise a lot of people. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Nice, nice. And you mentioned the move in. How has participation been in terms of, new people coming out to play?
We have as far as the new movement coming in, he came in, obviously this past year. He started with us started visiting us during the summer, trying to get to know the boys and stuff like that. And then we have a big participation. Usually at the beginning of the year, we start out with about 120 players trying to buy a
Yeah.
position and we're only filling 75 spots. And some of those spots are backup players that are going to be developmental players.
Hmm.
But our participation has always been pretty big ever since I came here
Hmm.
and back in 2013.
Got it. And then out of your athletes, because you've got a huge roster there, out of your athletes, how many of them or what percentage would you say are multi-sport athletes, or are they almost exclusively soccer?
I would say our percentage is pretty low.
Hmm.
We do have, I would say maybe 10% of our players are multi sports. Um, and part of the reason for that is we have some players that would like to play basketball, but unfortunately, that interferes with soccer, with the
Yeah.
schedule with soccer and stuff like that and basketball. As a matter of fact, I lost a guy to baseball, a freshman that was coming in. He chose baseball over soccer, which I would have liked to have him. But, at this point in time, kids are making decisions on what sports they want to play. So I would say about 10% of our kids are multi-sport athletes.
Okay. Is that pretty typical for soccer?
I think so, yes. At this stage, yes. These boys start getting a little bit more focused and trying to refine their skill in the position,
Hmm.
especially if they're trying to go to college. I do have some players that um, kick for Coach Alaman,
Hmm.
which kind of translates pretty good with soccer
Yeah.
and being the kicker or the punter. So it helps out the football program. And then I have a lot of guys who run cross country at the beginning of the year. And so that helps us out as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Cool. So let's talk about district. You're in a very big 8-team district. What do you expect out of district this year?
Well, we have the defending state champions
Yeah.
coming back again this year, Walnut Grove. They're going to be tough to beat this year. We have McKinney North, which year in, year out, they have been pretty dominant. Lovejoy as well. Last year, Lovejoy, I think, lost to Highland Park. in the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. And so, and then we have Greenville. We have Melissa, who's coming up as well as far as talent, and they have a really good coach that took over that team last year. And then we have Denison. Denison's always going to be tough, regardless if they're up or down. They always play us very tough. So our district is, starting out right off the bat, we have 3 teams that are ranked in the top 25 in the state of Texas for Region 2.
Yeah, a lot of coaches, when you talk to them, regardless of the sport, always say we're in the toughest district in the state. But you've got the numbers to prove it. You've got a state champion.
Exactly.
You've got crazy. So what is the goal for Sherman soccer this season?
Well, we are definitely working hard to get back to the playoffs. We were in the playoffs my first 2 years when I arrived here and took over the head coaching job. The boys missed the playoffs last year. We had a couple games that could have gone if they would have gone our way. It's a different story. We're sitting in the third or fourth spot. So they were pretty bummed about this. And some of the players that are playing now were on those teams that went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so that's our goal. And then the other big goal that we have for us is we got to be consistent every game we play. We got to be consistent with how we prepare, and how we go out and play a team and play our style of soccer. And if we can do that, I think this team has the potential to make it in one of those top 4 spots. And we got to win games that are winnable. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Nice. And you mentioned your style of soccer. How would you define what your style is?
Well, in the last 3 years, what I have been building into the system of play is that we are a very defensive-minded team when it comes to defense. We defend with numbers. But on the offensive side, we also attack with numbers. So we're pushing people up. We want to play a very possession style of soccer. Instead of your, playing long ball every time. And so these boys have the ability to do that. And we've been slowly implementing little phases into our style of play. Obviously, you got to have the players in order to do that. But the system of play that we play is possession style. We attack with numbers, and we're going to defend with numbers as well.
I love it. Well, Coach Perales, gosh, best of luck this season. Hopefully we'll be talking again, towards the end of the season and get a check in on how things are going. But best of luck, man.
Well, appreciate you, sir. Hopefully we'll be talking about who we're going to be playing in the first round of the playoffs. Maybe even a little bit deeper run this year.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
I want to thank you for listening to the Bearcat Beat. Each week throughout the school year, you will hear all sorts of great information about all the athletic programs at Sherman ISD. Please do us a favor, like, share, comment, do whatever you can to help us reach more Bearcat fans.
Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.